What's up? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Happy Women's History Month. I don't think I remembered to say that yesterday. March is Women's History Month, so happy Women's History Month. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will be going live on my main channel. I really don't have a lot to talk about, if I'm being honest, but we're gonna do the drawing for the Black History Month drawing. We're gonna do that today. And something else I had to talk to you guys about. So we will do that. It'll be about 6:45, 7 o'clock-ish. But we ain't going to be there long. You know, the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be live tonight. We are on Sakina's channel, and we will be doing the grand finale of The Real Housewives of Potomac. As you guys know, we'll be taking a little break. We'll be back with, when Atlanta starts up, we'll be back with Atlanta. So we're going to take about a month and a half hiatus, and then we'll be back. Okay? So there we go. So let's go ahead and get into it. You just got done my Potomac review. Thank you, boo. Thanks for watching it. So we are here for the excuse me, y'all, for Married to Medicine, season 12, episode 11 and 12. Because I got a little behind last week, so I still have to catch up on Beverly Hills. But we're gonna do what we got. We're gonna do what we do today. Married to Medicine today. So here's the thing. Let's start off. So, child, this nail polish, I like this color, but it is not done well. I don't know if she used some old polish or what, but it done chipped again. It already chipped once, and I had to go back and get her to fix it. But anyway, so we start off episode 11. Angel is doing a movie. Now, baby, listen, I don't know how Angel has enough time in the day to do the things that she's doing. Angel is an RN. She says she is in school to become whatever the next level is of a nurse. She is starring in Tubi movies. She has a scrub line. She is a mom. Now she's on this reality show. Baby, I don't understand. Like, baby, I need to know what the hours in the day that she has, because clearly her hours ain't the same hours as my hours, or maybe she just uses them better. I don't know. APRN, thank you, Cajun. And yes, I did threaten to suspend you, and I mean it. You will be suspended from the group chat for a week. I will. Now, Chuck, you already know. You know that Cajun was in the group chat getting on my nerves. Moving right along. She has assistance. Well, she may have assistance with taking care of her kids. She may have assistance with the scrub line, but she still got to go to work every day. She still has to, while she's in school. I mean, it's a lot. I'm not going to take nothing away from it. I mean, having help doesn't negate all that you still have to do on your own. I mean, I ain't going to take away from it. I think that's admirable of what she got going on. You know what I'm saying? So she's starting a Tubi movie. And so the ladies are talking before the premiere. Dr. Mimi was there. Contessa was there. Dr. Contessa, excuse me, was there. Dr. Simone was there. And Quad was there. And so they were talking, and Dr. Simone was saying, listen, I put Toya in charge of the group's trip this year, her and Eugene in charge of the couple's trip this year, because right now, me and Curtis, Lord, child, I always want to call that man Curtis. Me and Cecil are not in the best place to be hosting a couple's trip. Like, we're just not in that space. And with that being said, the ladies had some reservations about Toya, because, I mean, listen, Toya, one thing I learned in these last 2 episodes is that I think Toya has great ideas and great intentions. She just doesn't know how. No, let me not say great intentions. She has great ideas. She doesn't know how to. The thing about a leader, I remember when I was in my educational leadership classes, when I was getting my master's in educational leadership. I remember taking a class, my leadership class. Cool. The professor was cool as ice. As a matter of fact, he was an alpha. He was ice cold, right? And I remember him having a conversation with us, and he said, listen, he said, if you call yourself a leader and you're going for a walk and nobody's following you, he said, you're not leading anything. You're just taking a walk around the block. He was like, if you don't have anybody leading you, if you don't have anybody following you, you're not leading anything. You're just taking a walk around the block. And that's what Toya is. Toya, you don't know how to get people to follow you because you do not present yourself in a positive light to be followed. And so Dr. Mimi was like, listen, me and Toya haven't had the best relationship, and I'm not sure if I feel safe having her lead this couples trip. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. And Simone, Simone and Toya are friends in real life. Like, they hang out when the cameras ain't rolling. They friends in real life. And Simone was like, she'll be all right. She can do this. She can handle this. It's going to be okay. And the other ladies expressed some concern too, but Mimi, I think, was just the loudest voice in the room. So we go through the premiere. Baby, contestant fell asleep during the premiere, baby. And Dr. Simone gonna throw a dig talking about, I don't understand why she's so tired. She don't even handle patient. She ain't never on call. Like, she schedules her patients at her own situation. I'm the one that should be tired. Now, for those who don't understand, this is some stale tea, but it's some tea nonetheless. I feel like that was also a dig. What's up, Xavier? Hey, boo. I also feel like that was a dig because, the rumor was that Contessa couldn't pass her boards. When you're becoming a doctor, you have to, you go on rotation and you get on rotation and you learn all of the different types of medicine, but then you have to take your boards for your specialty. And what the rumor was that Contessa could not pass her board certification, and that's why she's like a GP. But I'm not taking nothing away from her because she still did more than I could do, okay? She still went through a whole lot of medical school and did a whole lot more than I could do. So I ain't going to take nothing away from her, but I think that was somewhat of a dig coming from Simone because, doctors who have been able to pass their boards kind of look down a little bit on the ones who can't. So I think that was a little bit of a dig, just a smidgen of a dig. But anyway, so with that being said, let me go to my next note, child. I already talked about that. Now, Brandy, we see them. Okay, so now we see the ladies packing. And we find out that Brandy and her husband are only coming for one day. Brandy said, listen, that trip is right when back to school is happening. And I'm not missing back to school for my kids for anybody. And I feel like she was talking to production when she said that. I feel like she was talking to production. And then her husband is coming for one day. Now, but for the fact that this is a reality show and they're getting paid, and this is probably mandatory. This is a mandatory attendance situation. I feel like they wouldn't be coming because it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense to me why the two of y'all are flying to now. Brandy flew to Jamaica. She was there at least for 2 days. It makes no sense to me why your husband is flying in for 1 day. Other than the fact that you were probably told that he has to come. You're a newbie on this season. You want to try to get your contract for next year. So you did what you had to do. That is the only thing I could think of. Yes, Brandy's husband is a very nice looking young man. Okay. But it is what, and Newbie, you ain't wrong about that, baby, because the movies is a good place to have a good old nap. I mean, listen, I know it's happened to me before. I ain't gonna tell you no lies. I done fell asleep before, baby. I fell asleep one time at a Broadway show, and it wasn't because the show wasn't good. I just, for whatever reason, baby, I was tired. And I was mad as hell because I woke up and I had missed some stuff that I wanted to see. I ain't gonna tell y'all what show it was because I don't want to be disrespectful to the show because it wasn't the show's fault. But baby, I did fall asleep. But anyway, yeah, I think Brandy was trying to just protect her spot on the show. I mean, she knows if she didn't go at all, she absolutely was going to be fired. Like, it wasn't going to be no chance of her probably coming back. But at the same time, I do still feel like that was just ridiculous. Not ridiculous for her to want to be there for her kids' first day of school, because I understand that she has young kids and I understand the first day of school situation. I ain't mad at her. And like she said, we don't have a village here. So I don't have a lot of family here that I can get help with the kids and stuff like that, which is another reason why I'm glad she's making some friends with like Dr. Mimi and Brandy, who have young kids as well, and maybe that can help her build a village. But baby, her husband flew in, and then his flight was delayed, so he wasn't even there a full day. Like, he literally was only there a couple of hours. I said, now that's some dedication. I'm not even mad at it. That is some dedication. Okay. The flight was a disaster. Everybody's flights were delayed and canceled. I don't know what was going on around that time that so many flights leaving out of Atlanta were delayed or canceled going to Jamaica. I don't think it was around the hurricane, because I feel like they would have mentioned that. But I mean, that just seemed, that just seemed like a lot of flights being delayed and canceled. Cecil and Dr. Simone's flights were canceled. Now, Dr. Simone says she is a medallion member of Delta, so she got her flight. But Cecil had to fly Frontier, and she left him. And I'm going to be honest, I probably would have left my husband too. You mean I have a choice between first class or Frontier? Baby, I'll see you when you get there. Oh, it was during that air traffic. Okay. Because I was like, it has to be a reason why all these flights. Oh, it was during the shutdown? Because it just did. I mean, Atlanta is a major hub. It's one of the biggest hubs in the United States, and it's the biggest on the East Coast. I didn't understand why they couldn't get to Jamaica from Atlanta. But everybody's flights were either delayed or canceled. And so the whole getting there, they did, they all staggered in. But, everybody made it. Thank goodness everybody made it, except for Curtis. Curtis was in Canada on a golfing / business trip. What business? What business? So what business trip were you on in Canada? Anyway, moving right along. Curtis retired. He ain't worked in the school in forever, but moving right along. So King reminds us that he's from Jamaica, and during the first night there, everybody goes out to Jamaica. King takes them to like a local club, and they get some local flavor. I love that. I love the fact that, the couples who wanted to go out that first night and party went, and they went to a real club. They didn't go to like the resort club. Maybe they went out in the city, and they did what they had to do, right? I thought it was a good time. I love seeing it. I thought it was cute that Brandy went, and Quad, of course, Quad and King, Toya and Eugene. They looked like they had a good time, and I was here for it. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all that Toya and Eugene had everybody reciting the oath when they got when they first got to the resort, about how they was gonna act for the weekend. Listen, let me tell y'all something. At the school where I work, they recite the oath every morning when they do the morning announcements. And let me tell you how nobody gives a damn. Don't nobody care nothing about that oath. Don't nobody care nothing about what the oath means. It don't stop them kids from doing what they want to do. Baby, that oath don't mean nothing. But it was a cute idea. Moving right along. Not Curtis and Zaddy gonna travel together, child. Didn't Peter take the Atlanta? Yeah, they went to Jamaica. I think they went to Jamaica twice. Because remember, they went the year that Drew pulled her hamstring trying to run with the Olympian. And then I think they did go when Nene and Peter and all them were on the show. Okay. Toya, I put this in my notes. Toya does not have to keep saying how much better what she's doing is than the other people. Yeah, because we get Sprinter vans. Yeah, everybody from me gonna ride in a Mercedes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all like this? Yeah, this is better than this. Yeah, this is better than that. Girl, Toya, why do you have to be so braggadocious? Like, you just scream. You don't even scream new money at this point. You just scream crass. Like, we get it, girl. We were on them other trips. We know what we getting now versus what we got in the past. It's not that serious. But let me tell you what I bet happened. This is my 2 cents. I'm just my 2 cents. I'm going back to what Monique told us about the cast trips and what production does and what production doesn't do. I bet you when Simone and Kurt, damn, I keep wanting to say Curtis. I bet you when Simone and Cecil plan those trips, I bet you they stay within their budget that Bravo was going to pay for, which is why you be getting vans that might break down, might not break down, which is why you get boats that look like, racky tacky, hope we get to the other side. I bet you they stay within their budget. See, Toya, you was doing all this extra added amenities and you was upgrading shit. You was trying to flex, but I bet you y'all paid for that. Just like Monique was saying, when they went to France, they had to pay for a lot of that out of their pocket because Monique wanted to do stuff that Bravo was like, yeah, we're not paying for that. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're not doing that. So Monique took a lot of that out of her own pocket. So again, that's cool, Toya, that you're doing all those things, but once again, you just spending up all the money to impress people. Let's be clear. Everybody on that trip can afford to upgrade. If they want to get in an Uber Black and ride to the hotel, they can get in an Uber Black and ride to the hotel, girl. If they want to upgrade their room and instead of having a room, they can get a suite, girl, they can afford to upgrade. Like, you're not impressing people who have the same amount of money, if not more than what you have. And most of the people on that show got more than what you have. Let's be clear. You're not impressing nobody, Toya. Stop trying to impress people that can do what you do. Moving right along. I wrote that party the night away. Okay, let me see. Okay. So the next day they did the doctor, the volunteer work, which that's the one thing I love about Married to Medicine that is just different from the other shows. And then once again, it highlights the fact that we are dealing with some educated Black women, no matter how stupid they act sometimes, no matter how ignorant they act sometimes. Yes, I'm looking at you, Dr. Heavenly. Who at my door? Hold on, y'all. Somebody at my door. I don't know. Let me look at my ring. Let me see who this is at my door. Oh, somebody dropped off a package. Oh, that might be the other Stanley Cup. I'll get it when I'm done here. It might be the other Stanley Cup. But I don't care how ignorant y'all act, how stupid y'all are, how loud y'all get, how much y'all cuss, call each other mamas, whatever. At the end of the day, we are looking at a talented cast of educated Black people. Educated Black people. And I love that on all of these trips, these international trips, I love that they always volunteer their time. They always volunteer their services. I love that. And I hope that never, ever, ever, ever changes. I mean, as long as Married to Medicine is on. And I mean, we're on season 12, and I feel like on all of the seasons, they've done it, for the exception of, I think, the COVID season, for obvious reasons. They didn't go nowhere. And I think maybe one other season might have been last year. I don't feel like they did it last year. But 10 out of the 12 seasons, we saw that, and I loved it. I thought, I love it. And again, I never want them to stop doing it. I never want them to stop doing it. But King was a little irritated with Quad because Quad made them late. And he was like, first of all, this is his cousin was actually part of the doctors that were volunteering. So I know he wanted to be on time and present for his family. Number two, I feel like King is just one of those people that don't like to be late. And we know that Quad don't care about being late. I mean, Quad was literally sitting there curling her hair in her bathrobe, and he was ready to walk out the door. And he was like, my cousin going to be here in like 15 minutes. And once again, I just feel like that goes into their disconnect, because that probably didn't bother him a year ago. He probably thought it was cute a year ago. But now it's not cute anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not cute anymore. And it was never cute. But see, when you're in love and you got that new love thing going on. Right. Well, we know that Quad don't care because, I mean, her own castmates have complained about her being late. I mean, that's been an argument that they've had with her multiple times. So we know for Quad, that's not a thing for her. And we know that. And she's been very clear to let us know she don't care. She don't care. She don't care how we feel. She don't care what our opinion is. She don't care. But again, you could just see the cracks. But we had a day of volunteering, which I thought was really nice. All the ladies, all the guys were there. And even the ones that aren't nurses or doctors, they, we know that Quad and them, they always find a way to get in where they fit in. Quad and Steve was talking to the guy, the young men, and Quad, they were handing out sanitary napkins and things like that. So I just love that. I love that that's what they do. Now the problem was on the bus on the way home, Dr. Heavenly, what the fuck is wrong with you? You've been reduced to a friend of. Excuse me. You've been reduced to a friend of. And you are still acting a fool. And you call yourself running for office and you were still acting a monkey. So, and no, I don't mean that in a racial way. She's acting a fool. Okay, that's a saying. That's a thing, a monkey. But I don't want nobody to be, you call her a monkey. Let me clear whatever I'm saying. But baby girl, Toya and Eugene were talking. Well, Toya was talking. Well, Eugene was talking and then Toya started talking. And I don't even remember what they was talking about. It doesn't even matter. Damon started talking, but Toya was already talking when Damon started talking. Toya was already talking, to be fair. Dr. Heavenly interjects and is like, Damon's talking. And Toya was like, but I was talking first. And then Dr. Heavenly starts yelling, don't be disrespecting my husband. You disrespectful. You just disrespectful. And Toya was like, but I was talking first. Like, what are you talking about? He started talking while I was talking. And Toya was at the front of the bus giving some sort of instruction on what they would get ready to do. And Damon was trying to say, well, why don't we just do it this way? And he did interrupt Toya. I don't feel like he was doing it to be rude. Sometimes you talking and you're like, well, why don't we do it this way? But Dr. Heavenly interjecting and turning it into a moment as if everybody's supposed to bow down because here come daddy. Girl, don't nobody respect him like you respect him. That's your husband. But at the end of the day, Toya was speaking first, and that was disrespectful for you to yell at Toya as if she was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing, because she wasn't. I don't know why Cajun. I don't think Steve is all that attractive. That jaw just don't do it for me, but whatever, if that's what floats Cajun's boat, child. Okay. All right. So that was the end of episode 11. So let's get into episode 12. Okay. Jackie goes to talk to Dr. Heavenly about the Met Gala. Now, here's what I don't understand. How in the hell did Toya get in charge of the Met Gala and the couples trip all in the same season? Like, it sounds to me like they were trying to help Toya keep her job. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like them ladies were like, baby, Toya ain't got nothing to bring us. Toya, she can't talk about her house no more. She don't have no storyline. Her kids are getting older. We got to help her keep a job. Let's give her something to do. And I feel like y'all done gave her the Met Gala and gave her the couples trip in the same season. You know what I'm saying? I agree, DB. And Damon should have apologized because he did interrupt her. You're right. He should have apologized. They just wanted to set her up. I'm just saying. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. So basically, we find out that they ain't sold but 8 tickets. And Dr. Jackie went to Dr. Heavenly to basically say, look, we need your help. Like, I know you mad. I know you're not happy at the way Toya is handling everything. But, baby, we need your money because we need your help, money, assistance, whatever, because baby, this thing is about to be a whole disaster. Because she was like, we need to sell 200 tickets. And Dr. Heavenly was like, well, how many have y'all sold? And she was like, maybe 8. I'm sorry, what? How you so? First of all, this is an event that's in its 3rd year. You should have people buying tickets just on GP. Like, you should have a list of people that automatically, the minute the Met Gala comes up, they're like, oh, let me go ahead and get my ticket. Let me go ahead and get my ticket. Oh, I got my ticket. Because it's just something that's automatic. Like, when you start doing events like that, and it's just over and over and over and over, you would just think that it's automatic now. But it doesn't seem like that. Because why you only sold 8 tickets? So we go to dinner. Now, at the dinner, they have Toya and Eugene doing games. And again, the games were kind of cute, but Toya's tone is just so brash and her attitude is just so rough that it's like you can't even have fun. It's like we're playing games, but you can't even have fun with it. Like when she was asking, what's everybody's love language? And when Simone and Curtis were kind of like going through what that, I don't know whether they were playing or they were serious, but it was like, you don't know her love language? I'm sorry, I was yelling in the mic. Y'all been married for 30 years and you don't know her love language? And I was like, girl, do you have to be so rough about it? Do you have to be so crass about it? Like, it was just so rough. You know what I mean? But they go through the different love languages and it is what it is. I sound just like her. I didn't mean to yell in y'all ear. My bad. I realized I was yelling right into the microphone. My bad. But there we go with that child. And so then the next game was about red flag, green flag. And what's a red flag? What's a green flag? So one of the questions she asked, and people were like, well, what's an example? What's an example? It was something along the lines of people with intention. I don't remember what she said, child. But so she gives the example of Brandy when she was going to set Brandy up and how she called Brandy out. Now, what was funny was once they explained the whole situation, the whole group was on Angel. The whole group was on Angel's side and not on Toya's side. Once even her own husband was like, oh, you ain't tell me that part. Like, you ain't tell me that. Like, you didn't tell me the whole story. You made it seem like, you ain't tell me you called her out in front of the guy that she was sitting there with. Once they told the whole story, then Toya was like, well, I understand girl code when we like in our 20s or something, but we grown. Like, I'm supposed to protect you. And Angel was like, first of all, let's be very clear. I never needed you to set me up with a man. The conversation came up and I was like, can you set me up with a doctor? And it was like, cool. But let's be clear. I wasn't sitting at home desperate, waiting for the phone to ring. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. And Toya was even more irritated once the group didn't agree with her. Then it was like she was even more irritated. And I was like, because what you did was crazy. Like, there's no justification for what you did. And then Toya in the confessional going to admit that she knew she was being petty. Girl, we all knew you were being petty. We all knew what you were doing, and we all knew you were being petty. Like, there's no way around that. That was rude what you did. And just mean girl. That's like Giselle not getting Stacey's name on the robe. That's just mean girl shit. Like, this just mean for no fucking reason. But anyway, so then they end up deciding they're going to quit the game because it was just getting to be a little out of hand. So they decided they were going to quit the game. So Dr. Jackie says, listen, I need to talk to all the ladies. We need to have a conversation about the Met Gala. Now, Eugene is already pissed off at Heavenly. He already mad, talking about I'm tired of Dr. Heavenly disrespecting you. I don't appreciate you, Dr. Heavenly disrespected. She's so disrespectful. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it, blah, blah, blah. So when they get pulled to the side and they're trying to have a conversation about the Met Gala. Oh, and early on when they were on the bus, when Dr. Jackie was saying why they chose Toya to be in charge of the Met Gala, Dr. Jackie was like, well, we chose you because we thought you would be good to lead us, blah, blah, blah. And Dr. Heavenly was like, no, we didn't. We chose you because we were teaching your ass a lesson. Now, Dr. Eugene later on, it says, well, they chose you because they wanted you to fail. They said they were trying to make you fail. No, now, unless that was said when the cameras, we didn't see them say that part. Like, Dr. Heavenly, I ain't gonna put it past Dr. Heavenly to say it, let's be clear. But that's not what we heard Dr. Heavenly say. Dr. Heavenly said, we chose you to teach you a lesson. I didn't hear her say, we chose you so you would to see so you could fail. Because at the end of the day, they don't want the Met Gala to fail. But I do think they wanted Toya to understand it's more to planning an event like that than donating some damn wine. Like they wanted her to understand, because the first year she didn't give up no money. The second year, she didn't give up any money, and she felt like she was justified in not giving any money. Talking about, well, I donated wine. Girl, who gives a fuck about you donating a couple of cases of wine when we came out of our pocket with $2,500 a piece and time? Because again, you don't put an event like that together unless you give up time. And Toya, out of all of them, you're the only one that don't have a job. No disrespect to you being a housewife. I'm not taking away the fact that you raising your kids, but you're the only one that don't have a 9-to-5. Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, even Phaedra last year. Now, we don't know what kind of law Phaedra is practicing these days. We don't know how many bodies she burying, but we know that Phaedra got 20 jobs, okay? Right, they didn't even ask for no wine, girl. They asked for the money. And let's be clear, you dropped $2,500 on a Monday afternoon while you waiting for your kids to get out of basketball practice. Like, come on, girl. Like, you could cash at them $2,500 and then not even break you. So the fact that you wouldn't give up the money, and then once you went to the event and saw everything that happened, you would think she'd be like, damn, y'all did do a lot. I let me go ahead and send you the money. Like, I know you needed it on the front end, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all now so y'all can reimburse yourselves on the back end. Like, right, cases of wine that she get for free anyway. Right, that's the other thing, girl. You get that wine for free. You're a whole partner in their business. You get that wine for free. But anyway, so they get to arguing about the Met Gala, and yes, Dr. Heavenly was being dismissive and rude. Full stop. No explanation, no excuse, no nothing. She was being dismissive and rude as fuck. And again, if you're really trying to find solutions, I don't understand why we're doing this. If we're really sitting here trying to figure out a way to resolve these issues and find some solutions and figure out how to get this Met Gala together, then let's sit down and fucking do it. Like, at this point, we got it. Toya, you didn't secure the venue. Toya, you know all the things that we've told you, but in the meantime, right now, we got to get this thing to go together. Dr. Heavenly was being rude and dismissive as fuck, and it was annoying the fuck out of me. Like, if I were Dr. Jackie running that meeting, I would have told Dr. Heavenly, you know what, y'all can go. You and Damon, y'all going back to the room. We're going to talk about it. Because this is not being productive, and I get it. You can be mad all you want. You can feel how you want. But now it's time for us to get some business settled. And we can't get no business settled like this. So, yes, she was being rude and disruptive, and they should have moved her. Now, putting that to the side, Dr. Eugene, why are you in this? First of all, if you were new to the show, I might give you a pass. If this was Steve getting irritated like this, if this were Brandy's husband getting irritated like this, I might give you a pass. Eugene, you've been here since day one. You have been through all of this. You have been through the arguments. Hell, you saw your wife have a whole full-on fight, season 1. You have been through this, sir. Why in the hell are you getting in this? You already know what this gives. And if Dr. Damon could control Heavenly and control Heavenly's mouth and her attitude, don't you think he would have by now? Don't you think if he could control his wife's mouth, don't you think he would have by now? You're mad at Dr. Heavenly for doing what the fuck Dr. Heavenly does. And I'm not excusing it. I'm saying Heavenly, and then you act like Toya has never been rude to Heavenly and Toya has never disrespected Heavenly. We had a whole situation earlier this season when Toya started a whole issue over Dr. Heavenly's purse being fake. Who gives a fuck about her purse being fake? She made a whole issue out of Dr. Heavenly's purse being fake. Who cares? She called, like, we're not going to sit here and act like they have not called each other out. Like, we're not going to act like this shit don't go both ways. Eugene, how many times they got to tell you to stay out of women's business? What's it face done called you Eugenia, a quad, done called you Eugenia? Like, explain to me how many times we got to tell you this is not your business. Let them handle their business. And again, if you were new, I would be like, okay, well, he don't know y'all. Sir, you have been here for the whole 12 seasons. And you've seen your wife behave badly as well as everybody else's wife. Behave badly. He wants Damon to do something with Heavenly that he's not willing to do with Toya. Say it again for the people in the back. And yet Toya was a teacher. I mean, she didn't teach for long, I don't think. But yeah, she was a teacher. Right. If Heavenly wants to buy, I mean, first of all, I don't even know if that person was fake or not. I mean, just because Toya says fake don't make it fake. But it might be. Who cares? Because if Dr. Heavenly wanted to buy the real one, we know she can afford to. Do y'all know how many celebrities are walking around with fake shit? And we just assume it's real because they're a celebrity and we know they can afford it. Tyra Banks told us all the time she would buy her sunglasses from the Walgreens. Tyra Banks said it all the time that she don't have name brand shit. She buy stuff off the rack from the mall. Like, so at the end of the day, Eugene and got himself all worked up, and they're going on an excursion. The ladies are going on the little raft where they rub you down with the mud and they give you the massage with the mud and shit. And the men are going to a private beach area. You know, they're going to the beach, the little private beach area. Tracy Ellen Ross told us her Birkins are fake. Oh, I didn't know she said that, but I believe it. I mean, okay. But people will assume that they're real because you're a celebrity and they assume your shit is real. Now, they'll scrutinize the hell out of the person in church sitting next to them and be like, that's fake. But let them see somebody a celebrity walking with it, they'll assume it's real. But at the end of the day, who cares? Right, Cajun? Most of them wear fake shit. Like, it is what it is. Now, Eugene talking about I'm going to talk to Damon. I'm going to talk to Damon about this. And let me put a pin in that before we get to that because we're almost done. Angel, baby girl, come here. How many times are we going to deal with these women coming on the show and trying to bring us fake boyfriends? I mean, girl, you didn't need to do this. Angel, you didn't need to bring this man on this show because he clearly don't want to be there. Now, I feel like because he's a doctor, you know, you trying to do that whole married to medicine thing. Maybe you think that's going to solidify you a spot next year. But girl, don't nobody know who this man is. And then they forced that man to go on that excursion with them men. They don't even know him. They met him at that family reunion for 20 minutes. They don't know this man. But okay, he there. He being a team player, whatever. So Eugene tells Damon, I want us to have a conversation, if you don't mind, having a conversation. Baby, Damon was like, Damon said, look, I don't really want to do this. He was like, I really don't feel like having this conversation. I don't want no drama. Like, if it has to be drama, if it's going to be drama, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to talk. Because Damon already know what you want to talk about. Because Eugene threw a whole fucking temper tantrum the night before when the ladies were arguing over the Met Gala. Eugene done threw a whole fucking temper tantrum talking about some, Toya, let's go. Toya, we're going home. Toya, let's go. I'm not going to sit here while you're being disrespected. Let's go. So we saw him throw a whole fucking tantrum. Okay. Damon was like, I don't want to do this. Like you saw Damon's face fall as soon as Eugene was like, I mean, Damon, I want us to have a conversation at some point today. Baby, you saw Damon's whole face go. He was like, I mean, Eugene, we can talk, but I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to have this conversation. Like, I don't want to do this with you. So they get to the beach and Eugene starts trying to talk to Damon. And Damon says, look, I don't get involved when it's the women. He said, you know how they are. They're going to argue today. They're going to be cool tomorrow. I don't get in it. It's women's business. It's not my business. I don't get in it. Here's where Eugene was irritating me. You going to keep going. Well, no, it's not okay because like I didn't appreciate my wife being disrespected. And I just felt like somebody needed to say something because my wife was being disrespected and I didn't appreciate that. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool. It was unnecessary the way some people's wives be talking to each other. And I ain't cool with it. I ain't cool with it. Damon was like, I don't want to get in it. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to have this like Damon was being so calm about it. And Damon was being so like, I just don't want to do it. And Eugene kept going. Now, mind you, he was like, no, I mean, I just want to say one more thing. I just want to say one more thing. But you kept going. Now, when Damon cussed your ass out, I don't want to hear nothing from the other ladies. I don't want to hear nothing from Toya. I don't want to hear nothing from the other guys because that man already gave you his answer. And see, now you want to keep going because you want him to say something different than what he done already said. That man done already told you what he gonna do. He done already told you how he feel. And he done told you he gonna stay out of it because as far as he's concerned, that is women's business and it don't have nothing to do with him. He said, Damon said, as long as don't no man say nothing out of line to my wife, I'm good. That's women. That's the women over there arguing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know what Eugene wants from Damon. I mean, I do know what he wants. He wants Damon to say, okay, I'm going to stop her and she's never going to do it again. And we all know that ain't happening. We all know that is not happening. So, Eugene, what do you want from this man? Right. Now, when Damon turn around and knock his, like, because we have seen angry Damon. Now, we have definitely seen Damon get angry. And Damon is one of those people that he build up to that anger. But when he get there, he there. We don't want to see angry Damon. Damon know it ain't happening. And so does Eugene. Again, if Damon could control Heavenly, you don't think he would have by now? Do you think Damon really enjoys seeing Heavenly act the way she acts? I don't think he does. But I think that his thing is, look, this is the character you've created. Because I don't think Dr. Heavenly is like that. I think there are parts of Dr. Heavenly I think are like that. But I also think there's a character that she has created for this show. And Damon knows that. Damon also know she makes a good little piece of change off of doing this show. And she likes doing the show. So I think that Damon is like, as long as she ain't bothering me, let her go over there and act the fool. As long as she ain't bothering me. Exactly, DB. And at the end of the day, sir, your wife has been rude and nasty with all of these women in front of you. Hell, she been rude and nasty to you. So it's like, now production, come here. Production, come here. Well, she missed the first event, DB. She missed that. Remember that? She didn't go to she didn't go to that polo party. She did, but you're right. She ain't missed nothing since. Let me say this. Production, I think making Brandy ride all the way to the place where the ladies are getting on them river boats, them rafts, just for her to get on the van to go back to the resort, and making her husband ride on the van to go to the beach just to turn around and leave the beach was the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my entire life. I understand why y'all made them come on the couples trip. Then let them do a couples thing. Like, why not say, well, you know, we're supposed to go on this excursion, but since we have to leave, I booked us a couples massage. And film them getting a couples massage. It's a couples trip. Film them doing something as a couple, because that was dumb as shit to me. I didn't understand that. Now, I don't know how long it took them to get there. I don't know what they might have cut out that we saw them, that they filmed, but that is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. Why not let them do a couples massage down at the spa at the resort? Why not let them have a romantic lunch? They say, you know, we got to get back to reality. You know, we got these kids, but it's been really nice to have a couple of hours to just sit here and relax on the beach. Let them do something together as a couple, knowing that they literally got to get on a flight and go back home. Like, damn. I thought that was the dumbest shit. I said, so she's literally just getting back on the van and going back to the resort? That was so dumb. Production, y'all could have been a little more creative with that. Y'all could have come up with something else. You don't remember a couple of seasons ago when they were at Simone's house having dinner, and Damon, baby, that's when, you don't remember when Damon snapped at Heavenly? You don't remember when Damon yelled at Heavenly? Hey Malik, my day was great, baby. I'm about to get off of here though, so I can go make my dinner and be back. But we'll be back on the main channel. But that was pretty much the episode. Oh, that was my Ring camera. I was like, what's recording? Hold on, what's this? Oh, they putting down salt. Right, DB? I mean, give me something. But anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. I'll be back on the main channel at, like I said, 6:45-ish, 7 o'clock, because we're not going to be there long. Ain't nothing really happened that I want to talk about unless I see something in the news in the next 30, 40 minutes. But we're going to do the drawing. And then we are going to go over to the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Yeah, Damon. Yeah, that was the first time we saw Damon get like that, honey. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.